Alright, gentlemen, so for about 2 minutes I want to talk about scientific stuff and all the numbers and explanations, and then we're gonna take our fixed Honda for a test drive on Lime Rock again. We're not gonna go to the drag strip because I just want to show you the comparison from the old video to the new one, so you can compare the differences for the Honda. And maybe next time we go to the drag strip, actually compare the quarter-mile times and all that stuff. But engine wise, it's all about BMAPs. Torque 1, torque 2 and torque 3 are not torque, they're BMEP values. This is pretty much how much torque you're making for the amount of how big your cylinders are. So this is the numbers, this is the website that I used to get the formulas. It's very easy, it's all on Reddit. You could do yourself your own calculations. I'm not going to go too much into the detail on this. I'll make a separate video on beat maps. So one video count for the BMEP pressures. Next, these I got here are stock Honda gear ratios. This is final gear ratios, this is not transmission gear ratios. So this is already together with the diff. The differential of a Honda is 4 1/4. With that type of differential I cannot tune the 5th gear so low, but I'll show it to you in game when we get there. These are target times. This is off of a Honda. This has nothing to do with NASCAR 2003 or any NASCAR for the fact. This is off of a Honda Civic. 0 to 60 times, 0 to 100 miles an hour times 30 seconds. Top speed at 118, quarter mile at 17 seconds, 81 miles an hour. I'll post some links in the descriptions. I found some drag strip YouTube videos where they actually make it on a stock Civic in about 17 seconds. Now what we got here is the engine specification profile. This is how it would look for normal people when they would be looking at the engine profile. These are the numbers that you see. These are the examples where I took them from off of the website called automotivecatalog.com. I talked about that one before. This is the editor data sheet sample. What else we've done is adjusted the weight of the chassis, the frontal area and the drag. The drag of air that goes over the body for Hondas is about 0.25 to 0.36. Frontal area of different Hondas, of like Honda Insight, Honda Del Sol, Civic, CRX, is between 18.3 and 23.3. These are the values that we're swinging with. So basically, to summarize everything, what happened is we removed the body, the truck body off the truck's chassis. We removed that, the 25 square feet area, and the angle of attack, like how resistant the body is to the air that's hitting it. 0.57, that has been removed, and we put the values of a Honda Civic body right there at 18.8, 0.28. All the chassis components, all the tires, all the suspension components, all the spoilers, front spoiler, rear spoiler, all the stuff is left from original NASCAR 2003. Those values are still NASCAR, as you can see right here, like NASCAR chassis. I know this is not a NASCAR chassis, but everything is left stock as of the game with chassis and tires. We have reduced the weight to 2,400 pounds. As I weighted my car earlier before I drive the Honda Civic in real life. This list right here is all the values that have been changed. All are 100% real. Then I'm not going to talk about oil cooling and water cooling. We set those to 0 for now because I don't think this is how good they are, but I think this is how much energy is lost to the coolant system. That's why we left them at 0 just for testing purposes only. So pretty much we just did the engine and the body. The body parameters is only weight, area and drag. The area is much smaller because it's a smaller car than a NASCAR truck, and the angle of attack, the slicker body design that is more slick, so the air goes more efficiently over it. Therefore, that's where we got those values from. Pretty much this is it. For the future video count, we got the BMEPs, and I will also show you those differential ratios that I was talking about, how to get a different different differential ratios in game. Alright, well, for now I believe this is it. Let me cut it right here and we'll go on a test drive right after this. Here comes part 2. I'm sure I skipped a lot of good technical details in part 1, trying to make it short. The last video on the count, we're gonna go to the quarter mile drag strip. We're gonna measure quarter mile times, 0 to 60 times, and all that good stuff in the next one, or maybe the one after next. for now. We're finally in the game, guys. Yay. Let me go to opponent manager. Let me talk about why I chose this mod. Because we changed the weight, we changed how big our body is, we changed how slick our body is. When the air goes over it, it's no longer a truck body from a CTS trucks. So I chose a 4-banger mod, and here it is. Number 1 JJ prototype car for now that I'm going to be using. It's a Mitsubishi, but it's got a Honda Civic engine in it, supposedly. That's the car that we'll be using. As of right now, I think it is acceptable to change the look of the car, and the look does not involve any physics, and the physics are not completely involved with the look of the car. It's two separate things. They could look however they want. They're only gonna drive one way. But to keep it realistic, here it goes. We're gonna go back to Lime Rock before we go on the track once more technical shit. I don't care about the setup. I just want it to be square left to right. Just for now. Drivetrain, that's what's interesting. You see, we don't have a 4 1/4 Honda differential. We have 214 or 308. So we're gonna go with 214 this time, but it's approximately a Honda diff. I'll make a video on how to get different ratios out of this as well. And remember those final gear ratios that I was talking about? I remember them by memory. So we're just gonna go and review them like that. 13.8, 7.5, 5.0, 3.8, and these are rough because you cannot get them, you know, because these are not Honda gear ratios, obviously. And you see the 5th gear, I cannot make the 5th gear any lower than 885. So the lowest I could go with it is 3.7. I cannot do the 2.9 that I promised before, just like when we were reviewing the tech details. Finally, we're on the track, but I gotta keep talking because there's a lot of stuff to cover. You know, this is, we still got the idle drop right there, as you can see, because our engine is so tiny. Well, any car has that idle drop. SB, this is for your question. This is for SB's question. Look, you see we get a drop in RPM once we hit full, like, you know, try to move the car forward. That's, you know, the whole engine resistance and whatever. We are also, for 4-cylinder, we're idling at 2500 RPM just because, who knows, I haven't figured that one yet, so we got an idle problem. Alright, you see, when you rev it in neutral, even when the train is separated, you still get the drop. Now, pay attention carefully, and every car is gonna be that way, but this one shows it more because it's not so powerful. Look, as long as we're rolling, let's say 18-17 miles an hour, and I'm gonna kick it into neutral, look, I get no more drop. As long as we have rolling inertia, you see I'm revving. Look, I even stabilize it almost at 2. Look, 1, you see there is no drop. Pay attention carefully to the arrow. Whoop, you see it never dipped in neutral. Once we stop and there is no more rolling inertia, even though we're in neutral and the train is separated from the engine, see, we get an RPM drop. But once we roll anywhere above, let's say 13-14 miles an hour, kick this thing in neutral, see, no drop. Anyway, technical shit is over. Let's make a few quick laps. Here's how this baby revs now. Nothing like the old prototype. Forget about the old Civic. I was completely wrong. I have to apologize and take the fucking you know, those torque values out. Those are not torque values, those are BMEP values. I should shut up and let you guys listen to the Honda for a little bit, but it totally works, you know, just like on TV commercial. It totally works. I drive on a daily basis. I could tell you the 3rd gear is where you do most of the work, like we're doing right now. This turn is no threat. Alright, anyway, you see we're not going over the hill at 2 miles an hour. No longer we're cruising at 58 miles an hour top speed that takes us a light year to get to. This thing actually behaves and accelerates somewhat like a Honda. I'll take it to a 1/4 mile drag strip and we'll measure some 1/4 mile times. I already did that. I'm just, you know, this video is a little bit more important at the moment than that one is gonna come next. This turn is tricky. You could spin out here even in a little Honda. Anyway, where was I? I kinda lost myself there for a second. You're gonna have to excuse me, because, you know, I'm not that good at multitasking. And there goes the Honda. Damn it, my friend was like, I hate watching videos on YouTube when people review racing games and they cannot even make a fucking lap. He's like, learn to drive first. I'm like, god damn, you know, that's totally be me. Anyway, yeah, it is possible to lose control. Let's talk about the car a little bit, I guess. NASCAR tires, NASCAR wheels, NASCAR chassis, NASCAR spoilers, everything is NASCAR here. What's different is the body, the frontal area, the air resistance that we create, because this body is slicker. Then, what else? The engine, obviously, you know, that's the beauty, you know. Let me talk about the engine more. With these gear ratios, it actually behaves more or less like a Honda on NASCAR tires. So to say, damn, that's surprising. I was gonna try to swerve, you know, to show you guys how it swerves left and right, and even that was enough to crash. Yeah, there goes the dumbass reviewing videos, you know, in racing video games. Can't even make a lap. Anyway, let's actually try to make a lap. I should be more exciting, huh? I should be more like, guys, look, Honda engines work. Yay, we could have like a 4 little engine. It's realistic. Yay. Well, precisely that's kind of what it is exactly. I'll shut up and let you guys listen for a little bit. Third. That's gonna pull me in third all the way through the hill. And the top of the hill probably as well, just like a real life Honda would. There it goes. Yeah, well, it was about 1 mile, 2 miles an hour climbing this hill. That's pretty cool. Still pushing third gear all the way down the hill till we're gonna hit fourth, just like I probably would in the real life. I was trying to squeeze every little power that's left in this car. Top speed, what's our top speed? The advertised top speed is 118. I know this baby does it, it's just not at this short distance. 110 in the straightaway, guys. Like, how realistic is this for a little 4-banger Honda to go 110 here? You tell me. I think it's right, spot on. Doing most of our work in third gear just like I would in a Honda at these speeds, because I drive this car on a daily basis. Alright, I think I'll conclude it here. We'll make more videos separately. I don't want to make this one too long. Those of you, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. More technical details as well. I'll have to make few videos today, I guess, you know, this is just a kickoff.